And tonight, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Golden State Warriors. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. While we get a break, let's take a look at the October standings out west. You take a look at the Warriors. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And, of course, there's the Thunder, a half game back.
And I think for Oklahoma City, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hoped they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Klay Thompson is capable of being a prototypical go-to guy, but his role in Golden State is more restrained. Klay said, "I don't care. I get paid handsomely in a great place, and we compete for championships year in and year out. From day one, I've been a Warrior. I'm just thankful to be here." Kevin, he likes to play ball and play with his dogs. And that's it.
He loves playing there, DA, and they love him. Thank you so much. Looking at the long season ahead, Brent, as a veteran player, what are some of the habits that keep your body going strong, staying healthy?
Teams have really gotten hip to the idea that we need to rest our star players as much as possible. So efficiency with the work that they do, I think, is the most important thing. Star guys who get into practice and they're on the court for 50 minutes to an hour every day so that there's a rhythm that they can keep and the teammates can keep up along with them on the floor. That's what it's about for those guys. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance.
Now, Golden State's starting 5. In it forward, it's Thompson and Green. Then there's Chris. Then it's Curry. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Robertson in at small forward. Thompson right side. And there's Green on the assist by Thompson.
Well, that's a tough one there from Draymond Green. As tough as they come.
Paul against Curry. From 15 feet away, here's Adams. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
Consistency from the distance that Steph shoots at, I think, is one of the more astounding parts of his accuracy from the three-point line.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's coming off a 28-point game against Washington. 6 to shoot. Robertson the pass to Adams. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. Adams has got his second basket of the game.
Adams just continuing to grind it out, outstanding, staying after that possession, and then he grabs a second chance deuce.
Now here's Curry. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Paul. Adams dishes to Gallinari. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Gallinari. Greg, this season is the first time in the last 4 or 5 years that Golden State will not be the prohibitive favorites to win it all.
I mean, back-to-back devastating injuries in the finals. Kevin Durant departing in free agency with time and health. Will they retake the throne? Well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Gallinari hits them both. Well, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late. And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Throws it down despite the man right in his face. A chance here for a three-point play.
Well, Steph Curry, one of the greatest shooters in the history of the NBA, but also a very gifted passer, great at finding his teammates.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the contest.
One shot.
And for Coach Billy Donovan of the Thunder, a lot on the line. In his last year of a 5-year contract with the team, the end result of this team will determine his future with the franchise.
Well, this team has never missed the playoffs under his watch, and the interesting thing with the massive trades that happened in the offseason, how much Billy Donovan gets the opportunity now to teach and coach this group of players.
Now Curry. After Gallinari missed from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. No coverage that time. 9 points in the game so far.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Paul with the ball. His last outing with 20 points. And Adams kicks to Gallinari. Over in the corner, Paul cans it from downtown.
Well, second nature for Chris Paul to get shots up off the bounce. Love the form there.
Gilgeous-Alexander covering. The floater, and he lays it up and in.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in a zone.
Paul passes to Adams. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Adams dishes to Paul. Off target from outside.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Thunder trailing by 7, and the Thunder pushing it up now. Now, here's Robertson. No points in the game yet for him. Passes it to Adams. The Warriors pull it in. Gallinari with the steal. Robertson kicks to Paul. There's the dish to Gallinari.
Kick it out, man. Kick it out.
5 on the clock.
Yo, look at the clock.
It's blocked.
That's some good use of the length right there from Marquise Chris, reaching out and swatting that one away.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And you know, you see it every day, but it still doesn't make it any less impressive. The amount of skill that Steph Curry has on the floor, the shooting, the passing, the agility, he has it all.
Now here's Paul. Gallinari right side. Here's Adams. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
You know, that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
You could argue Curry is one of the most skilled players of all time.
The shooting alone puts him in the conversation, and very few can match up to just that. Guys like LeBron and Wilt dominate with their size and athleticism, but Curry is an all-time great because of his once-in-a-lifetime skill.
And Adams, no good on that one.
Well, 12th pick in the NBA draft back in 2013. The cool thing would be, Kevin, if Steven Adams plays as many seasons as he has siblings. That would be 17.
Now here's Green. Over Robertson. And it's Green, missing.
That was some very intimidating, aggressive defense that really helped alter that shot.
Paul looking around. Shoots over Curry. Paul can't get it to go.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And it's Adams on the follow. Adams has got 8 points.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Robertson finds Adams. So here's Gallinari. The 3 ball. Chris with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Thunder trailing by 7. And here's Robertson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Ball against Thompson. Paul outside. From outside the arc. There it is, his second make of the game. He's missed 5.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Outside Curry. Puts up a 3. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Yeah, anything the opponent does, trust me, Steph can do it better. He's got to be the best shooter that we've ever seen in the game.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 32 points for him last game against Washington.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
It's been incredible for this team in Oklahoma City to have the type of success and sustained success under general manager Sam Presti, a playoff team in 10 of their 12 seasons in Oklahoma City.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Muscala comes in for Robertson. Ferguson's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. Now here's Schroeder. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Washington.
Well, his passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Wiggins against Gallinari. Over Wiggins. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
and the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
Ferguson, the pass to Noel. Schroeder outside. And that time, also a missed shot. Warriors leading by 11. Now Wiggins over Gallinari, and it's Wiggins missing. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Golden State's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Curry against Schroeder. Gallinari surveying the D. And it's Looney with the rebound.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Schroeder against Curry. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And you watch Dennis Schroeder, you can see how deadly Brent he can be when he's locked in.
Well, he accepted the role in Oklahoma City about coming off the bench and trying to be a spark plug. For Schroeder, it's really about consistency, Kevin.
Two.
That one is off. Well, Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a sixth-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
He doesn't get the second one.
Interesting to see the Warriors not be prohibitive favorites coming into the season. You still have to give the Warriors a lot of credit for the run they've been on. 5 straight finals, something that we haven't seen since the 1960s with the Boston Celtics.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. The Warriors making the shot. They could use a bucket. Goes back up. And Looney sends it back.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Curry's open.
Curry looking it over. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Gallinari. Lays it up off the glass.
Solid shot from Gallo. He knows he has a mismatch down inside, sinks the shot.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. 15-point game. Here's Looney. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Clippers.
Lest us not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10. Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Curry against Schroeder. From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Golden State Warriors. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their transition game has been in full effect. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Steph Curry talks about the visual drills he does to help his playmaking in the NBA. The improvement he's made, Greg, in his ball handling has really unlocked his game.
I mean, able to keep his head up as he attacks off the dribble, read the defense, and drills like that can only help.
Hey, yo, Danilo.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control here.
On the attack, right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
A perimeter tandem, Ferguson and Gallinari. Mike Muscala out there with Nerlens Noel. And it's Schroeder in at point. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Now, here's Schroeder. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Curry, good. And the Warriors lead by 21.
Just looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Schroeder kicks to Noel. Gallinari against Wiggins. Gallinari dishes to Muscala. Pass to Ferguson. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. That's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
And here's Gallinari, following the three-pointer by Andrew Wiggins.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Well, all night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Ferguson, the pass to Schroeder. That's his first basket of the game, 1 for 6 and looking for more.
Schroeder playing with some tenacity in this one. He is not letting the defense dictate where it is that he's going, and he's scoring through contact.
Now here's Wiggins. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Clippers.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
Talk about versatility on offense a lot, but how about on defense? And he takes pride in making an impact down there.
Now here's Schroeder, following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. When it comes to hustle and effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important, and sometimes, with the win or loss and the balance?
Man, I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. Yeah. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly, who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Gallinari. The Warriors also with a sub. Thompson's checked in. Schroeder hits them both.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning-quick point guard.
Get on Andrew.
Wiggins passes to Looney. Here's Thompson. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Thompson's got his second bucket.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Now here's Noel. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Here's Wiggins. Back to Curry. Thompson for the triple. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Noel's got 4 rebounds in this game. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks it over to Schroeder. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Warriors leading by 21. Pascal, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Good poise there from the young Gilgeous-Alexander, not allowing himself to get rattled.
Curry against Schroeder from deep three-point range. The shot will not fall. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
What a duel that was. Exciting all the way to the end. Really a shame someone had to walk away with an L.
Yeah, I bet it was pretty quiet in that locker room after that game. When it hit overtime, it was a matter of which team had more energy left, and seemingly it wasn't them.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Noel. Here's Schroeder. Let's go. Wide open shot is on the money. Schroeder's got 9.
This is why Schroeder has the ball in that situation. If the pick comes, he knows how to capitalize.
Pass to Pascal. The pass to Thompson. Lets it go from the wing, and he overshot that one, missing.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Noel, and Curry pulls it down. Curry's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Looney. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game.
Noel in there to intimidate, and does so there.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Warriors leading by 19 points. Wiggins with the bounce pass. Passes it to Thompson. Outside Curry. From deep. Thunder with the rebound.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter. This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Here's Curry after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Thompson passes to Looney. Kicks to Curry. Lets the 3 fly. Gets that one through the hole. Make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
First 3 of the quarter and 3rd overall, guys. The defense might want to step up just a little bit on him from this point on.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. One thing about Curry you have to admire, Greg. He never wants the spotlight to himself, even as a leader of his team. He always wants his teammates to shine as well.
You think back to when Clay was trying to break Curry's three-point record last season? Curry was not only cheering for him, but actively setting him up to make it happen. That camaraderie Curry shows is why his teammates love him.
And the Thunder with some changes. Adams, he's checked in for Muscala. Robertson comes in for Terrence Ferguson. And Chris Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Now here's Paul. 6 points for him. Over Wiggins. Wiggins with the block.
Yo, check Andrew.
Here's Green. And it's Green with the jam.
A big guy with guard-like penetrating ability. Draymond Green, fantastic awareness.
Come to me. Screen.
Wiggins against Paul. Here's Adams. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And that one misses. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
So he can't get either to fall. And so Green will bring it up for the Warriors. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. That shot missing. Good work defensively by Paul. Noel with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And slam dunk by Noel.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
Now here's Wiggins. He's got 7, but they'll get another chance. Here's Chris. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He kicks it to Paul. Pass to Adams. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Adams has got 10 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Wiggins passes to Thompson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game. Thunder trailing by 21. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Paul. To the paint. Here's Robertson, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now the pass to Thompson. Here's Green. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, we know he's undersized for the position, but Draymond Green does the work of several men, including how he forces the D that time to foul.
The Warriors shooting their 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight.
And they had a lot of success a
break.
season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
First one falls for him. Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader. Truly a special player.
Seems like nearly everyone, Brent, can shoot the 3, records being broken every year. How long do you think this age of shooting is going to last?
The tipping point, I'm not sure where that is, but the fact that the Houston Rockets in the past 2 seasons have done what it is that they've done, shooting more 3s than 2s for 2 consecutive seasons, is just a mind-boggling thing to me, Kevin. I think,
but where has it gotten them?
Well, I think that we're kind of at
the tipping point.
I think we are at the tipping point. I don't know how much more you can do, but the teams that are seeing those other teams having success with it are trying to emulate it.
They are.
Without the talent that you have. So the next few years are going to be interesting to see how it is or where it is that a transformative player maybe brings the game back towards inside the three-point line, or what strategies change to create even more three-point shots.
Misses in close. Thunder trailing by 21. Paul outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Passes it to Adams. Paul against Thompson. Here's Adams, and it's blocked. Paul against Thompson. Kicks it to Lee. To the middle. Here's Chris. And Chris throws it down.
Now, Marquise Chris is becoming one of those guys you got to see when he's jamming it down.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was one of the main parts of what the Clippers were able to do last year. A lot of people excited about his potential, and now here in Oklahoma City, one of the rising stars in the NBA.
Two.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Such a long and versatile guard that possesses a very intriguing and exciting skill set. Gilgeous-Alexander, lots of room to grow.
And he makes both free throws. 50 seconds left now here in the second. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Thompson outside. Off target from three-point range.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Pass to Robertson. This one for three. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Thompson's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Warriors. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Golden State Warriors, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They're getting way too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front and the post, and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first half was all about Steph Curry. He ended up with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's been playing extremely well lately and making some new highlights for us already in this one. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, you watch Steph Curry. So creative, so skilled, but also he plays with that toughness for his size. He doesn't back down from any challenge, and we saw that in the first half tonight.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Really an incredible game from Steph Curry.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. In it forward, it's Thompson and Green. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then there's Chris.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
That's tipped. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City.
I got your help.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Warriors with the ball. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Golden State. The pass to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Curry with a wide open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Curry's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Warriors. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking. Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick in Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable of with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
And he sinks the second. Golden State's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Pass to Chris. Puts up a 3. No good. So the Thunder will take it the other way. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. It's deflected. Pushing it up. It's Curry outside. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Curry's got 6 in the quarter.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
Paul passes to Adams. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's tightly guarded. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And a moment now to check out who the Warriors have coming up on their schedule. On Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Wednesday, they'll head back home to host the Phoenix Suns. Golden State's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Gallinari covering. Thompson for 3. Drills it from outside. Thompson's got 13.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Paul passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari outside. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Gallinari. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Curry gets the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Paul against Curry. Adams trying to free himself up. The shot by Paul, no good. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on an 11-1 run right now. The shot by Thompson, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Gallinari inside the three-point line, and that one off the back of the rim and in.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
They double-team Curry. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter. And if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage from there.
So it's the Warriors now, following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. Fires from deep. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got 9 rebounds now tonight. To the left wing. Paul passes to Adams. Shoots over Curry. That one wide left. And here's Golden State. They're on an 11-3 run. From 12 feet out. Here's Green, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here is Gallinari. He has 6. And Thompson sends it back.
Well, Clay is a very good positional and on-ball defender, but him getting to a block shot like that, that's impressive.
Here's Gallinari. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And it's 8 points for Gallinari.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's Curry. Gallinari brings the double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
And the Warriors with possession here. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted. Well, not many times does Adams get his number called for plays like that, but the oop there looked good.
Here's Curry. Steven Adams making his last shot. Curry passes to Thompson. And stolen by Robertson. Out left to the wing. Here's Paul. The 9-footer's on the mark. Paul's got 8 points. Golden State's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Tough last year for Robertson with the knee injury and missing a lot of the season as he's a defensive staple for this team.
For the Thunder, Mike Muscala is checked in for Gallinari. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Looney. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Curry's shot is good. And with Robertson, his absence last year was definitely felt.
Yeah, it hurt the starting lineup and some of the balance that they had established for the last 3 or 4 seasons with Robertson in the lineup. He raises the level of that defensive intensity on a nightly basis.
And it's the Warriors with the ball, following the shot by Chris Paul. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. He's got 10.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And Adams kicks it over to Schroeder. Pass to Ferguson. Back to Schroeder. Just 5 on the clock. Over Wiggins. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, a versatile attack and a change of speed guard. Once Schroeder gets things going, the opposition could be in for a long night.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do on the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Golden State's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Curry kicks to Wiggins. Shot from free throw range. That's good on the jump shot. 15 points for Klay Thompson.
I like it, Klay working the in-between area and finding some gaps in the defense right now.
Curry against Paul. Curry with the defensive effort.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Now here's Paul. 8 points for him. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. It's good on the putback.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Pass to Wiggins. Here's the three. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 4 assists in the game. Oklahoma City's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Paul against Curry. Here's Schroeder. No good from outside. The Warriors shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Thompson surveying the floor. Looney passes to Thompson. Fires from the line, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Yeah, he's going to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
Well, defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 15.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Curry against Paul. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
That's tough. Tough finish. Steph's not just a great shooter, but really great numbers through the years, Kevin, as being an elite finisher.
Now, here is Muscala. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Schroeder. That doesn't go either for Schroeder.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Here's Thompson. 19 points in the game. That shot, no good. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
And Muscala kicks to Ferguson. 16 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Pascal. He's got 10, and Thompson gets it to go.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Warriors ahead, opening up a huge gap. 2K Sports, back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Warriors shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. We've got Ferguson, and it's Adams in at the 5. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Thompson passes to Caspi. Brent, we're talking about home court advantage. Do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
The first free throw is good.
And the Warriors' defense last year is still strong, but not as dominant as before.
You wonder if the loss of a lot of that experience is going to cost this revamped roster defensively. It's been fun to watch them shoot threes, but they've been so reliant on that defense. Can they be that good this season?
And both free throws good for Caspi.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
You just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball. Great effort from Adams there. We know he has that size to take the contact, but determined on that play to get the points.
And there's the pass to Thompson. Launches it. Trains the three-pointer. Thompson's got 27.
I don't know. I'm getting the feeling as this game moves on, he's getting stronger.
Ferguson, the pass to Baisley. Here's Nader. Rebound by Caspi. Thompson outside. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, tough to knock Klay Thompson with that wide base off balance. Even when he gets hit, he maintained control on that play.
And you look at the development of how Klay has attacked the rim over his career. What was once a weak spot for him has now become a strength as his finishing improves every year.
Nerlens Noel checks in for the Thunder.
Shooting one.
That free throw good from Thompson. You know what, Greg? You're right. Thinking back to Thompson, he had his early struggles at the rim.
And that's a distant memory for Klay now. I mean, he's dunking more often and with more force when he goes at the rim. It has made him an even more complete shooting guard.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over,
yes.
And you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior and you're a college player and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
Here's Dort. No good again that time. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Noel against Lee. Clock at 6. The three. And it's Baisley with the rebound. The Thunder have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. From deep. Here's Noel. And Noel throws it down.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yes.
So sign me up
with
for that job.
With courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted. And I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about
the game,
the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. Here's Burton. Passes to Noel. Thunder with the rebound. To Burton. Fires from 14. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Poole. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Well, last season, maybe not a lot talked about with regards to how it is that the Oklahoma City team played defensively. Now, that's coming on the foundation of Paul George on the perimeter, so somebody's going to have to step up in that void. But it was a strength of their team, and we'll see if these other players in these roles can make sure they consistently stay good on that end of the floor.
And he makes the first. And Brent, going back to the defense, as the Thunder have lost some of their top scorers, guarding, defending has become a major emphasis.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting time in Oklahoma City for a lot of teaching to get done with these players who are going to have an opportunity to play minutes they have not played before. They look for length and athleticism and hopefully find some guys that have a defensive upside. Well, for so long, the Warriors have been a great shooting team. I don't see that changing as long as Steph and Clay are pulling on jerseys for the Dubs. You think about the Splash Brothers backcourt, their unselfish style of play, sharing the ball. This team has represented good to great over the last 5 years in a way no other team has.
Smailagic. He's covered by Noel. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bowman. He can't get that one to fall. And the Thunder going the other way now. And the Warriors last year, Brent, top 3 in three-point shooting once again.
How about that? The 5th straight year that they've been a top 3 team from the three-point line, and not really much of a surprise given their shooting prowess. Some of their attempts would be bad shots, Kevin, quite frankly, for any other team, but that's elite marksmanship from Golden State.
He dishes it to Caspi. From 17 feet out, Thunder with the rebound. Noel's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Nader the pass to Burton. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, reseeding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Mm-hmm. Bowman passes to Caspi. Here's Poole. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Two shots.
And he can't get the first one. And the Thunder making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. And the Warriors making a change here. And the second free throw, good. The Thunder have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Pass to Nader. Here's Burton. Unloads from 13. Again, the Thunder score.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that at high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. And that one's good. Schroeder.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Releases. Burton grabs the miss. Burton's got his 4th rebound in this one. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. Now, I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
The Thunder have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. And he banks in the layup. Burton's got 6 in the quarter. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's Pascal. Got a hand on it. Here's Baisley. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue to grow.
And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. 1:49 left to play in the final quarter. And he lays it straight in. Schroeder's got 20.
Well, you don't want to body him up. He's just too fast as Schroeder's able to get it done.
1:42 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Pascal. At the top of the key, Caspi. And bird right's an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So if player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
When you are wrapped up that tightly in the mid-range, you are better off just moving the ball.
Yeah, that's one where you hope if he gets in there the next time, he makes a different choice.
Pass to Poole. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Here's Oklahoma City now. Shoots from 14, and that one goes long. Here's Poole. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
And they sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.